The Drake Michigan podcast is sponsored by Masterpiece, the nano heavy metal detox miracle. Start your journey to freedom from toxins, heavy metals, graphene, and forever chemicals. For more information and to purchase this miracle product, see the description below.
Welcome to Drake Michigan podcast. We've got on a gentleman today who is a Toltec Wisdom, a syncretist, a guy that I learned a lot from last year. I came across Roberto when he was on the Syncretism Society chatting to Santos Bonacci. And I was going through a period, Roberto, of my life at that point where I'd had what I would class as my third sort of breakdown of exhaustion, hitting a cycle, depression and everything else. And I heard this particular conversation you had with Santos, and I took some of your wisdom on board. And I'll be honest with you, Roberto, it changed a lot of things for me very, very quickly. So I was really keen to chat with you. I was delighted when you agreed to come on the show. And I'd love to know a little bit more about you first, though, Roberto, because there's one thing that I've not been able to catch from any of the videos that I've watched is yourself and how you became or how you came into this knowledge and wisdom originally. So could you give me a little bit of a brief background of you yourself?
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you very much for the invitation. For me, it's such a pleasure also to be here and still spreading the message of freedom and in autonomous life. And for that, to achieve that is quite important to get out of the state of ignorance, start to be aware of what really human beings are. We are very powerful beings, just we have forgotten because we are very high intoxicated. Well, my path in this simulator, in this holomatrix holographic reality, I am from Mexico, and I was instructed or educated from the Toltec tradition from here. And I was practicing all the kind of knowledge and wisdom that our ancestors here in America, they left us in order to be aware where we are standing on and how to live or how to learn to live in the matrix without being part of matrix.
Okay.
This is very important. And the philosophy that we used to practice here and we are starting to emerge again is called Toltekayot. Okay. Toltekayot means the art of good living in balance, in equilibrium. And the main thing of the Toltec philosophy is based in one Trinity. Actually, all the kind of cultures around the planet, the ancient cultures, practice the same philosophy with different names, but at the bottom we have the same. In Latin we call alma mater. Alma mater alma means soul, mater, mother, no? The same source with different perspective, but we are talking about the same. And actually the Indian and the Chinese and the Asian culture emerged from America. Actually, America, pre-America, the real name of this continent is Amaruca. And then they changed it for America, but it's Amaruca, the continent, because Amaruca is a continent. It's not just United States of America. This is very stupid thing that the people from United States, I am American. It's like you say, I'm British, but I'm just European. The Spanish are not Europeans, are Latin Europeans. No, they say, we are Latin Americans, but we are Americans. No, bullshit. We are Amarucas. Amaruca means is come from the language from Peru,
right?
And the meaning of this word is the land of the feather serpent, Quetzalcoatl. Have you ever heard about Quetzalcoatl?
No.
The feather serpent is very famous around the planet.
Right.
It's an
Okay.
archetype. It's an archetype of evolution.
Right.
Because that's the foundations of this knowledge. Actually, it's a knowledge. This knowledge belongs to all the humanity. It's not just from here. Our ancestors, they weren't that kind of, or they haven't. They kind of feel of local feeling of this. Oh, I'm from here, and patriotism, that kind of bullshit. No, they are expressing in the universal perspective from all humanity, because in the past we didn't have countries and divisions and that kind of shit that we are involved in now.
Yeah.
So they're talking about the path of evolution, but is surrounding all the human beings around the planet. So the feather serpent, Quetzalcoatl, means that you have to come here to achieve your self-transformation.
Right.
And because it's a very beautiful allegory, because every serpent or snake that you see around the planet is representing a sine wave.
Yeah. Yeah.
The sine wave that all the cultures is explaining in allegories. In this sine wave is dual, positive, negative, and is manifesting in the transversal wave. It's the sine wave in the transversal energy that is decaying and is the most dense frequency that we can perceive and experience in this realm, in this holographic realm. So every serpent and snake is representing that. The lowest vibration that we are in the density in matrix. Our ancestors here in Mexico, the matrix, they call it tonali. Tonali means light.
Right.
Because the light is the illusion. And also another word from light is in Latin, fight or fighting, we say luta. Lutar in Spanish is luchar. In Portuguese, luta.
Yeah.
Come from Latin. Y luta is fight. It comes from light. So, and also we have another word to express death. When somebody die, the people that are surround that person, they start to be in a state of mourning. You know, mourning is the correct word.
Correct. Yeah.
In Spanish, in Latin, we say luto. I am in luto. I am mourning because my father is dead.
Yeah.
So light means death also. That's why the system is all the time taking us to the light, worshiping the light, because the light is the illusion. It's just simple carbon light, and light only is transporting data, information.
The word that you say there, Roberto, as well, it sounds very similar to Lucifer as well, and that's the light, isn't it? The light bearer.
Hmm?
So is Lucifer basically the part of the illusion that we're in? Then is that the kind of concept there? Do you think, where Lucifer is giving us this illusion, providing us this illusion?
Yeah, it's illusion, and also in this in our culture, talking about in astrology, we say that the Venus is the light of the morning.
Yeah.
If the light of the morning is Lucifer, they are telling us that the astral realm is the illusion, is the projection, the astral projection, because the stars are just emanations of sonido luminiscencia is luminous sounds. I don't know how to say in English. Luminous sound or sound luminescence, something like that. It's just light and sound and frequencies. They are programming us. And also, this is a very cool anagram that is the name stars is similar than start, a beginning.
Yeah.
That's why, because the astral realm is the beginning of the holographic illusion. That's the beginning of everything. That begins in Saturno. That's
Right.
the emanating, because we are inside of this Saturn moon matrix, because they are projecting the illusion. That's where everything begins in the astral realm. So to finish the concept of Quetzalcoatl, so that's the point, that you have to overcome this very low frequency representing in this sine wave. That's why the Bible says we have been born into
It's
sin.
sin.
In
Yeah.
sin.
Yeah.
Sin is sine wave.
Yeah.
It's the same anagram.
Yeah.
So our ancestors say, okay, we are victims of the system when we were born, yes. But then, at the moment we are going to start to be aware of everything, we have to change that. We used to be victims, but now, when you are an adult, when you grow up, you have to start to be responsible and change that. And that's the allegory of the feather serpent. As the moment that you start to be aware and escape from that state of ignorance, you have to put feathers in that snake, and the feather is a symbol of elevation,
Right.
ascension.
Ascension.
So that's the real message of this beautiful allegory. You have to change the lowest frequency, and also a snake has a very limited vision, just in the ground, no? This is very limited, its vision, because it's dragging all the time, no? And then you have to rise like an eagle with the feathers and change that. They are telling us that we have to change our frequency.
Yeah. Yeah.
The high frequency, because we are talking about science. It is not metaphorical. We're talking about alchemy and electromagnetism process, and also and a very verify processes that we have to achieve in ourselves in order to become lighter and lighter, especially from mind. That's why we're using this bandana, because this is representing that we are shutting down mind, and we have to go to our hearts.
Okay.
And that's the process of elevation and ascension. You have to become lighter in everything, and especially with your body, transform your body and turn your body into from carbon into silicon crystals. That's why we have another allegories that Christos, Krishna, they're talking about crystals. They're talking about a quartz, because we are crystal beings, and a crystal has its own power. The problem is that in these modern times, we are converting or turning our crystals bodies into carbon. We are in reverse. We are in the lowest frequency. So the point of this is change that. And then you are going to become in an eagle. That's why in Mexico, the flag, the shield, we have an eagle that represents spirit, is holding the snake that represents matter. Also, snake is representing matter. And the matter is necessary, but it's a mean, it's not a goal. So the point of this is use matter to create and move in the very wise energy, and how in a very wise way to use the matter for your benefit, but don't fall into the materialism, consumerism, and all this kind of shit that we are living, that for money and achieve goals, the materialism, and houses and cars and clothes and whatever, no, jewels and all this kind of stupid things that we are in the material world. No, of course we need matter to develop our path in this matrix in a very comfortable way, and but don't fall in the materialism. So that's the allegory of Quetzalcoatl, the feather snake. Entonces the spirit they represented by the eagle, is holding the matter, is controlling matter. And then you become in that Toltec warrior, because Toltec is a spiritual grade. It's not a culture. It's not a culture that used to live in Mexico and that kind of, and some kind of time and space. No. It's a spiritual grade that you have to earn by yourself.
Right.
Nobody's going to give you that title. You have to earn it by your own merits. In how to be coherent, living in the coherent state. And the medular, or in the axis of the Toltec philosophy, we have this concept that is center, equilibrium, and fluidity. At the moment that you return to your center, your heart, escape from the polarities, from the dual wave, you neutralize that wave, and you're going to back to your balance here. And as soon as you're going to recover your balance, everything is going to flow in your life. So that's the main of this knowledge.
And there's processes in terms of because obviously coming across yourself, Roberto, and being in the UK, in a Western civilization where you are basically force-fed certain programs, if you like, and you know, from birth you are programmed heavily into materialism, and no doubt by design, by the matrix itself. You know, it does. You tend to find yourself on a path of anxiety and stress, and trying to, you know, work 2 jobs and look after your family and blah 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 blah, without finding yourself. You lose yourself completely. I mean, obviously you're brought into this realm with amnesia anyway, but you completely lose touch in this, certainly in the West, in my experience. It's taken me up until these past 12, 18 months to start finding who I really am, my true self. So there are certain processes that I heard you talk about on videos, you know, fasting being a big one. You know, I never, it was something that I never attempted until I watched yourself. I'll be honest, Roberto, not understanding, I had no understanding the benefits of fasting and regenerating those cells, and the fact that food takes your energy. That was completely new to me, because when I was, you know, my programming and my conditioning was three meals a day, breakfast, you know, that's the most important. And exactly, yeah, that's for us, that was our education and our programming. But you're going to tell us the complete opposite.
See, the things that you are mentioning is because we are very overstimulated.
Yeah.
With everything, especially in these modern times, with a lot of entertainment, of garbage entertainment, no? That we are talking about TV, especially from the 20th century. The TV was the real teacher of every human being in this planet. Everything that you watch on TV is, TV has to be true because I watch it on TV. And then now we have movies, series, Netflix, a lot of music, internet, and everything that we are now involved in. We are very high overstimulated. But we have to mention the real cause of this is because we are very high intoxicated.
Yeah.
Because our guts are very high intoxicated, are very dirty, full of shit, parasites, and fungus.
Yeah.
And you have to remember that the mind, the Toltec tradition is telling us that the mind was like an inception that the predator gave us in order to play its game. So this is the hacker, the mind.
Yeah.
But the mind is not in the brain. The brain is just the receiver, is the antenna.
Right.
The mind is outside. It's in the mental body. But the antenna, the brain, is controlled by your gut. Because by the nervous vague, with electrical impulses, is sending these messages to your brain. Who are sending those messages? Parasites. Because they are sending messages that I want to eat, I want to drink, I want to fornicate, I want adrenaline, I want everything. Actually, I think 99% of our behavior is produced by parasites.
Wow.
Your personality is not yours. Actually, the word persona, in Greek and Latin means mask, because it's not you. It's a personification. It's a character like in a movie, like in a theater, in a playing a theater. We are playing a character. Actually, we didn't choose our name. We never are choosing our name. That's the first thing that you say. You have to start to realize these things and say, okay, what percentage of my thoughts are my behavior and my true being, who I really are? So that's the first thing that you have to be aware and start to, in the Toltec tradition, the first thing that we say is you have to start to be like a jaguar, stalking. Stalking is the correct word. Stalk like a jaguar. But you have to stalk and observe yourself, your inner stalking. Observe your behaviors, observe your thoughts, and start to separate the fake thoughts that come from these parasites, especially for fungus, candidas. They are controlling your life. The fungus is the biggest parasite in the planet. And I think after fungus, human beings, because parasites means a being that is living from another being. Now we are becoming, we have becoming a parasite also. Not because it's our nature, it's because the system is indoctrinating us, and they are taking us to that path to becoming a fucking parasite, because we are hard intoxicated. So that's why we are projecting this kind of behavior, a parasitic behavior, but it's not from our nature. I told you, because our bodies have been hijacked for this being. And also, this is very important that I want to tell you, they are not the cause, they are the effect, because they arrived into our system because we gave them the opportunity to get in. They are thriving in our bodies because the environment is the correct for them.
Yeah.
Because our environment is acidic, is lack of ventilation, and they find the right temperature, a lot of humidity, because fungus, they are growing in environments with a lot of humidity, and also with the correct voltage, that they love this kind of voltages, and they are manipulators then to feed them, but they are not the cause. It's like I'm going to put you an example. Now we have in our houses, we're never going to get out the trash or the garbage or the rubbish. I don't know how you say it.
Yeah.
You in your kitchen, you're going to start to accumulate these bags of garbage, a lot of trash. And at some point, you're going to start to see that rats, cockroach, mosquitoes, etc., a lot of parasites start to arrive to your house. And you're not going to say, oh, those animals came. No, those animals brought this garbage. No, you're going to say, these animals came and arrived because they found trash, rubbish.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the same in your body.
Yeah.
Because if you are strong and you are in the balance, because also we don't have to be neither alkaline, neither or nor acidic.
Yeah.
Balance, center. We have to be at the center. Actually, our blood is 7.4 in the scale of measurement of the acidic table, no, the pH table.
Yeah.
So we have to be neutral. At the moment that you achieve those neutrality, a lot of beings or parasites or kind of fungus get inside of you. Your body is going to eliminate them like this. But the problem is that they are finding the right environment in order to thrive and survive, because they love that kind of environment. And then they're going to hijack your system and going to send you and control you like a fucking zombie. We are in the zombie land. We are living in a slumber land, because this is a dream. This is a fucking dream controlled by fungus. This is that we are concerning about Harkons and reptilians. Well, of course, they existed. We are not denying that. But the main enemy is inside of us. You have to defeat that first. That's why in the Toltec tradition we say, I am my own war, I am my own medicine. And the first battle that you have to fight is against those fucking parasites. You have to cleanse your gut. And when you have in naturism, we say, clean body, clear mind.
Yeah.
At the moment that you start to cleanse your system and your body, all your thoughts and emotions are going to start to neutralize, and then it's going to emerge and flourish your real being, your true self, and also your essence from your heart, from your spirit. But now we are acting like a fucking parasites, because we are very high intoxicated. So you are projecting your reality from the parasitic way, and also from the larvatic body. And that's the point of this game. Change that and start to project your real and true being from your spirit, from your heart, from your essence. But this spirit needs that the body that is the vehicle of your transport needs to be clear, clean, and energetic.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the fucking system has been poisonous from ages and ages ago, not just from then, for now, ages ago. But in these modern times, we have to be more aware of that, because we are living around the planet. They are poisonous with a lot of things around us, especially radio frequencies. Now we are surrounded by antennas and an electromagnetic environment that is negative for our electromagnetic field. And then chemtrails, fluor in water, poisons, and we are surrounded now in a plastic world. And
Absolutely.
plastic is very toxic. It's very dangerous. Everything is made of plastic for petrol now, including also your clothes. Our clothes are made of nylon, polyester, and this is going to affect your electromagnetic field, because this kind of fibers of fabrics is producing a frequency that is made of petrol, and is going to interact in a negative way in your electromagnetic field. And also you are absorbing by your skin, your pores, those kind of products in that clothes. And also the modern clothes that are using a lot of toxic things in order to to produce colors in your clothes. And then around your environment, in your house, you have also a lot of dangerous things, like the lights, the bulbs that we are using now, like LEDs. And another, this kind of spiral bulbs, I don't know how you say it, but they are producing also negative pulses, and they're interacting with the light. Is very dangerous also, because they are controlled by impulses of light, electric impulses. That we call optogenetic. Now it's proven that in animals you produce some kind of light, and they are going to act or reflect or project some kind of behavior, depends on information. Because I told you before, light is data, information. So they are sending information through the light. Actually, the new internet is going to broadcast through a new thing that they call in Li-Fi. It's not going to be Wi-Fi anymore. It's going to be Li-Fi. It's the next technology that they're going to release. It's going to work that you're going to put under a light bulb, and you're going to receive in your computer all the information by light. So they are making or doing this same or they are using these technologies with us from a lot of time ago. So now we have to be aware of that, and also the things that we are eating. We are eating GMO food, processed food, artificial, dead animals. We are and also drinking a very bad quality of water.
Yeah.
So that's the point of this, that we have to, that's the first battle that you have to fight against those paradigms, those programs, those beliefs, those patterns that you have been inherited from your lineage, from your family, and then the programs from you that you have received from your country, and after that from the planet, because we are living in the same collective dream that we are involved, because we are connected from the hive mind. We are living in the fucking hive mind, living like insects, like bugs, in the hierarchy system, because we are in the hive mind because we are acting like bees or like ants. They have the hierarchy system with a queen, and workers, and this kind of hierarchies levels. We are acting like that around the planet,
and we're
so
more
that's why we have to.
though.
The thing of this is, of the goal is to get out or escape from that hive mind, disconnect your mind from that, and you have to connect again to the highest consciousness, the real one that we belong. Because of course, here in this matrix, everything is mental. If you read the Kybalion, you'd say the mentalism, and because this matrix has been created in the mental way, but the original source of the original place that we come from is not made of mental. It's made of the intelligence of the heart. It's different. So in this matrix, it's mental, but now the thing of this is to control your mind, and not on the contrary, because now your mind is controlling you. And who is controlling your mind? I told you, parasites. That point is when you start to eliminate those parasites and start to make a detox, a profound detox in your body. You're going to release all your powers, and you're going to start to clear your perception, because now our perception is very limited and have been veiled by the 5 paradigms that the matrix has created for us. The 5 paradigms is politics, economy, religion, pseudoscience, because now we are living in the pseudoscience. The modern science is bullshit. Pseudoscience, and then the feeding system, food, because they had been programmed to believe that we need food to survive, and that's bullshit.
Yeah, I remember watching the video, Roberto, and a couple of things. I think you've got a video on your channel as well. It's about 2 or 3 hours long about fasting, and I think I'd recommend anybody who's interested to follow Roberto's channel, and I'll put a link obviously in the description below. But fasting, in terms of what you're saying, is we are wasting energy on a number of things, such as eating food. And like you're saying, basically fornication, going out there and just having sex with anybody without love, getting drunk, taking drugs, all these areas, and they're lowering our energy, and we're basically food, aren't we, for the, if you were talking about archons before, so we're like louche for that, aren't we? Diet.
eliminate this.
Die. Yeah.
There is not the perfect diet. The perfect diet is not to eat. Of course, this is a process. It's not from one day to other. But the first thing is, I told you, is to be aware the real powers that we have as human beings. That's why they are poisonous and intoxicate us. Because at the moment that we start to realize, because realize is the real eyes, to start to perceive the reality with your real eyes, not with the eyes of the fucking system, with your programs and your beliefs, you're going to start to realize that we are self-sustainable beings, autonomous beings. We don't need to eat, we don't need to drink, we don't need to sleep, and also we don't need to breathe. It's very, at this moment, it's like a mind-blowing, like, oh, you're crazy, what the fuck? No, I'm going to tell you the real thing that the human beings, we truly are. Now it's a process, an individual process that you have to start to, step by step, start this battle and this path of Quetzalcoatl, the feather snake. And the path of the asceticism is the path of this, of freedom, actually. It's the path of freedom.
Yeah.
Because at the moment that you start to get rid of those external stimulus, you're going to start to be free. Because the human being then that controls the things that is eating, drinking, and fornicating, you can control everything. That's why the ancient cultures around the planet practice asceticism, to deny the fucking stimulus from matrix. And then the main stimulus is food. We are controlled by food. We can control the things that we're eating, and also when you, at the moment that you start to be intoxicated, you want to have sex because those parasites want to reproduce in another body. It's very crazy, but that's the point. So that's why fasting is not a concept or like a diet that is going to start one day and you're going to finish another. No, it's a lifestyle. It's the real style, the real lifestyle of every human being on the planet. No eat. That's the real state of awareness. And when you start to, actually it's very easy to prove, because at the moment that you start to eat, you're going to start to stealing your energy.
Yeah.
And it's very quite to prove it. It's very easy to prove it. So when you overeat, what's going to happen? You're going to start to feel tired. You're going to feel tiredness, and you want to sleep because your body is going to start to say, okay, we have to fix this problem. We have to put out the fire inside of your body, in your gut, in your stomach. So we need to shut down the system because your brain needs a lot of energy. So go and sleep because I need to fix this. So that's the main proof that when you eat, you're going to steal energy. Because on the contrary, if food is our real energy, but we have to project another kind of situations here to be very energetic all the time. It's not happening.
No.
And actually, I'm going to make this example, this comparison. Your car. As soon as your car is going to run out of gas, it's not going to move anymore. So it's not happening with us, because that also you have to think about this and make this question. So that's why. So why we are dying? Because we don't have to die because we are feeding our system all the time, as you mentioned, 3 times per day. So you have to say why we are dying. We are giving our body the fuel that it needs, but that's not true. That's why we are aging and we are dying and we are getting sick. On the contrary, at the moment you start to practice fasting, you're going to see and prove that you are going to gain more energy, a lot of energy. You feel like a vital and powerful, and then all your illness or your sickness, they're going to disappear. You say, wow, what's happening here? Because it's a program. And I told you, our body is not made to receive any kind of food. All kind of food is toxic. All. Of course, we have two levels of toxicity. The less toxicity is fruits, are fruits. And the highest, the most zombie action that you can perform in this matrix, that is a fucking program, is eat meat, any kind of meat, corpses. Because we are becoming zombies. Because you are eating a dead body from an animal. It's the lowest vibration that you can receive into your body. Your body is not a cemetery where you're going to receive a fucking piece of dead. So that's another substance that is going to take us our vibration in the very lowest frequency is drink alcohol also. That's why alcohol is legal. Because alcohol is actually alcohol we call spirits.
That's right.
It's for a reason, because they are going to open your channels and you're going to be like a possession.
Yeah.
Your true being. That's why you're going to, most of the people when they are very high drunk, they are going to project a behavior like, oh, this guy is different. He's not that guy that I just because you are in the possession state.
Yeah.
And also the next day you're going to I don't remember most of the things that I did because what the first reason is because your brain is like swallow and you're losing neurons, but the main reason is because you have been possessed. We have to start to realize these things and stop to steal our energy doing those stupid things, especially with that kind of food, and also processed food and junk food, fast food, and those kind of things. And another way to lose and steal our energy is fornicating. All the time losing your, especially like males, when you ejaculate, you are losing a lot of power from yourself. So and also that's why most of the people are aging because of that. And aging is a illness. It's not natural to get old. This is a fucking trap. Because we are, I'm going to explain you this. Time, what is time? We have to realize or be aware of that. Time is just a perception, doesn't exist at all. The Mayans, in here in Mexico, they say the time doesn't exist. It's just a perception. We have cycles, artificial of course, because in this matrix everything is artificial. And who is marking the hours? Sun. That's why we have Horus. The sun is marking the hours. So the sun is marking the hours, the imaginary hours. So the movement of the celestial chest is marking the cycles, astrology. And the big cycle and the big year, the amount of the year is approximately 26,000 years. That's the movement that is last. All the revolving us above us, this astral machinery.
Yeah.
But think about it. Do you really think or believe that the movement of those luminaries is going to affect you and going to getting old? No, don't be stupid. That's not going to affect you. We can see in nature. There are a lot of trees from millenniums.
Yeah.
So we are immortals. That's the correct word. Immortal, not immortal, because in means inside. If you see immortal, muerte is death. So when you say immortal, you are decreting and exclaiming outside to the quantum resonance field that you want to introduce death. So don't stop to say immortal. You have to say amor. That's why we have in Spanish amor. A is without in Greek and Latin. Without, mort, without death. That's why we have mortgage in English also.
Yeah,
no?
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Because you are paying until you're dead, your mortgage. You're gauging to the mort, to the death. Also, we have to learn about to speak well with integrity. That's why the first Toltec agreement is be impeccable or impeccable, because in is impeccable with your words. Honor your words, because your words they are commands, because it's frequencies. That's why the modern languages are very distorted, and we have to stop to speak. In English, it's very easy to and clear to prove it, because spelling comes from spell.
yeah,
To make spell, we are spelling. And also grammar comes from French grimoire. Grimoire is a book of spells. So that's why we are talking and speaking bullshit all the time. So the point of this is you are aging because you are stealing your energy. You have to be responsible of that, and not to blame. Oh, because the time and this normally, the cycles. Now bullshit. Because your body is very powerful and it has its own power to recycle your own energy all the time, and renewal all the time, and regenerate every cell every day. In the Toltec tradition, we have another word to express that we call moyokoyani. Moyokoyani means the one who creates itself every day. It's very easy to prove, because your cells are creating themselves all the time.
Yeah,
and also
yeah.
you don't need to do something special to breathe, or actually your heart is mechanical, it's working by itself. You're very powerful. We are very powerful, but we have forgotten. That's the problem of that. And as the moment that we start to get rid of those kind of external stimulus and start to resonate in this new frequency of coherence, I'm going to explain you 3 aspects of coherence that our ancestors in the Toltec tradition, they have told us. And this trinity we call ometeot. Ometeot in Nahuatl means Trinity energy, tri-energy, because it's the toroidal field, The toroidal field is self-sustainable. It's generating, operating, and dissolving. It's self-sustainable.
Right, yeah.
If we are made of toroidal fields, the atoms are toroidals, are torus fields.
That's it, yeah.
So this is another way that you have to think. If we are made of torus, and the torus is self-sustainable, we are self-sustainable beings. It's very easy. Well, the coherent state fears in the physical is breathing, heart pulse, and blood pressure. Because at the moment you start to lower your ingestion of air, your breathing, because another thing that we are doing wrong is to hyperventilate our body. We don't have to practice pranayama and also practice sports and this kind of stupid things like running. No, because we are wasting. At the moment that you start to receive a lot of air, it's going to alterate your pulse, your heart pulse. Boom, 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 boom. And you are wasting energy from your heart. And then the heart is going to start to pump faster your blood pressure. And that's why we are getting sick also, because we are wasting our heart pulse. So the main thing of this is to breathe gently, and also remember how to breathe from your nose, not from your mouth. You have to shut down your mouth, please. Never use your mouth, because in your mouth there are no filters. This had been made to breathe your nose. Yeah. So you have to inhale, exhale, and then we are practice this kind of technique that we call apnea. Apnea means to block your nose and hold your breath as much as you want. You can't. That's the point of to longevity. Less you breathe, more you're going to live. And I'm going to put you an example in nature. Who's going to live longer or more, a turtle or a rabbit? turtle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they are not wasting their energy. They're moving slowly, wisely. And also, that's the state of coherence. The state of coherence is that breathing, heart pulse, and blood pressure. And then in the molarity way, in the way to project yourself in a good behavior, another trinity of this kind of coherent state is think well, speak well, and act well. That your thoughts, your words, and your actions go in the same direction.
Yeah.
That's coherence.
Yeah.
Because we are thinking one thing, speaking another, and acting the contrary. Stop doing that. And that you're going to start to return to your center. So that's the point of this. Stop to breathe in the wrong way. You're going to live longer and you're not going to waste your energy. So when you start to accomplish this, that is pretty easy. Eh? It's not like something that, we have to go to the Tibet and practice a lot of things. No. It's more easier than we think. Just you have to have commitment with yourself.
Yeah.
A lot of commitment, force of will, and be aware of this.
It's mastery, isn't it, Roberto? It's self-mastery, really. It's just realizing that you are so much more powerful than the programs have fed you, you know.
Yes. And then as the moment you start to recover your waveform inside of you, because now out of phase, our real frequency is out of phase. We have to return the original phase of our frequency in this balance, in this equilibrium inside of us. And when you have your vehicle very clear and clean, without any kind of interventions, especially without worms and fungus and toxins and mucus and whatever else, you're going to start to project the real superpowers that we have from factory, like television, teleaudition, telekinesis, teletransportation, bike collocation, and all things that all those kind of things that the system have told us that that's supernatural things, and there's the X-Men's, like the movies. We are already the X-Men's. We have those kind of superpowers. We can manipulate fire, the elements, wind, water, because we are the elements. Because as within, so without. And that's the purpose of this video game. Remember that you are very powerful. And then you change that, and now you're going to start to play with Matrix, and not Matrix is going to play with you. But for that, I told you have to be very brave in order to start the path of self-transformation, the path of the warrior of Quetzalcoatl, the feather serpent. And remember this, if the Matrix is using our energy in order to hold and sustain and project this fake reality, it's very logical and obvious to think that the real energy that is holding and sustaining our avatar, our physical body, is not food at all, but the energy that comes from our own spirit.
Right.
That's the real thing, that we are self-sustainable, because we are made of torus fields, I told you. The problem that we are contaminated, the machinery, all kind of pipes that we have, the pipes in our bodies, our arteries, veins, that they are blocking. We are clogging our system with mucus, toxins, parasites. And every disease in the planet comes from a blocking from your system. And of course, the medicine is unblock that, unclog your system, and energy is going to start to flow again. And you're going to change your waters, because our inner waters are contaminated also, and they are stagnant water. And in stagnant water, what you produce in stagnant water? Mosquitoes, fungus, larvae. It's the same. Like when you see a puddle on the street, the stagnant water is going to produce disease and bad. Also, you're going to bad others, and that's why humans, and they are stinky now because they are your waters are very dirty. So
Yeah.
then you have to change your dirty. And what are your main waters? Your blood. Actually, your blood now is very coagulated because of this, no? The,
Yeah.
around the planet. They are the one that's why the system know this. Remember this, or be aware of this.
If you're enjoying everything that we're doing here at Drake, Michigan, please subscribe, ring my bell, and let's enjoy this journey together.
Why the system is poisonous all the time? Because they know that they need to hack our body first. They need to introduce hackers, heavy metals, because heavy metals like is functioning like as antennas. They are magnetism our cells. And with graphene, the graphene is the same thing. Graphene is magnetism our cells, and they are becoming in human antennas, resonating, and that's why we can that's the real contagious action. You are contaminated other human beings by resonance with these pulses, negative pulses, because you are full of heavy metals and graphene and other things more, and also parasites. I told you. That's why we are acting like that. That's why the system is poisonous around the planet.
And they're pushing that further, aren't they, Roberto? Because they're moving people. They want to move everyone into this transhumanism agenda, don't they? So they're going to utilize those antennas, aren't they, and other technologies to control beings on this planet further. In a way, that's part of their agenda, if you like.
Welcome to the zombie apocalypse.
Exactly.
Yes, literally.
Can I take you back a little bit as well about you were mentioning we are electromagnetic beings. I think that's really important as well, and the benefits of grounding and earthing we've not talked about, but that's really important in terms of creating a balance of your being as well, isn't it?
Yeah, there's another things. In order to the problem when we arrived to this matrix, when we were born, of course we were born ignorant and slaves. And it's not fair the game here, because the controllers of this game, they don't give us the instructions how to play. They say, okay, come here, and they are laughing of us, like they say, okay, these human beings, they are very powerful, they can be sustainable, they can project everything, and also they can escape from matrix, but we are going to fuck them all the time, and we're going to make the life very complicated, and we're going to prove a lot of things to achieve and missions, like a video game like that.
Yeah.
But for me, the 5 rules that we have to remember, but because now we have to remember, it's not something new, it's something that you used to know in the past. And another thing in the Toltec tradition, we said you have to empty yourself of the new things in order to fill up with, because the old knowledge is the right one, not the new one. The new one is fucking bullshit. Everything is we are living in this scientism now. Everything is theories and fake, and things that they are brainwash. Well, so the new thing that we have to remember, actually the word remember in Latin, in Spanish, is recordis. Re is the same, no? Re is go back, do it again. Okay. No, re. And then cordis, core, corazón, heart. So remember is go back to your heart. That's the real meaning of remember. Go back to your heart, because in your heart is your essence. Yes, the memory of everything here. Yeah. Your heart is not just a pump. It's a coil. It's the coil of the body. That's why that's going to relate this thing, because you have to know this or be aware of these 5 things in Matrix, how to play with these things. If you know this, you're going to start to play in different way. Everything is sound. Everything's producing a pulse. The mother of everything is the sound. Then the sound is going to project itself by frequencies. And then depends the frequency is going to create a magnetic field And then the magnetic field is going to create an electric field. And all of this is going to move through energy. Everything is energy. So sound, frequencies, magnetism, electricity, and energy. That's the 5 things that you have to start to remember again, how to play with that. And also our body is working like that. We are a bio machines, like a computer. We are a bio. The computers, the technology that we have outside has been copied from our bodies. But our bodies is superior of technologies. You can, actually for me, it's not right to call this this concept that we are naming today like artificial intelligent. No, it's not artificial, it's not intelligent. The machines are never going to be intelligent because they don't have spirit or essence.
Yeah.
We have to call them artificial mind. That's, for me, is the more correct way to say it. But we are more powerful. And not the technology, because we are a human coil. Our heart is made of one piece. Helicoidal, I don't see how you say in English. Helicoidal heart is made of one piece. If you take the human heart and you start to, unroll it, you're going to find it's made of one piece. It's like a coil. It's the resonator, Taurus field.
The Taurus field.
Resonator. It's causing the pulse of life. And the pulse of life is radiant, is transmitting in the longitudinal wave. It's a difference, it's the spiritual wave. And the mind is using transversal waves in electrical wave. This is magnetic, also electric, but magnetic is the mother of electricity. And the point of this is to neutralize electricity, because now the electricity is causing shortcuts in our body with high voltages. If that shortcuts are causing tumors inside of you, your cells have to protect themselves because electricity is too high and very powerful. I can manage this kind of voltage. If that's the point of this, you have to change the waves inside of you, and everything is inside your heart.
Mm-hmm.
And also, we're made of crystals. I told you.
Yeah.
So, do you know the concept of piezoelectric?
No.
No, never heard about the piezoelectric concept. This is very interesting to remember again. In the last reset that these controllers made, in Tartaria area, you know about Tartaria, no?
Yeah.
We used to have high technology.
Yeah.
We're talking about 200 years ago. It's not very far from these times. It's just like the last century with Tesla, those kind of characters that they brought.
Yeah.
This kind of things. Yeah, I'm going to show you. I have a Tesla coil.
Oh yeah.
Because everything is full of free energy. The ether.
Yeah.
No? The ancient cultures, they knew where are we living, where are we standing on, how the planet, the shape of the planet, and all this kind of concept that I just told you before. That's why they made this kind of technology. Here in Mexico, that's why we have a lot of pyramids. In a pyramid, it's a coil. A pyramid is made of the technology from our body also. It's a quantic machine.
Yeah. Pyramid,
the word pyramid come from pyros in Greek, that means fire. Middle. So pyramid means fire in the middle.
Right.
Why they are telling us? The fire is temperature, energy. So they are telling us that everything is in the heart, in the middle.
Right. Okay.
And so these machines is the same things, are copies from our body. We are functioning. This is our spine also. Our spine, our column is made of this kind of coils. And we are made of circuits we have the magnetic currency with the dielectric energy. When we combine both, they're going to create electricity that we call that cold electricity. Is the electricity that is going to propagate or spread by scalar energy.
Right. Yeah.
Because scalar energy is electricity. It's just like that. But the scalar energy is just the way that the waves are going to propagate. Scalar is because it's scalar in español es escalar, it means to climb. So
Okay.
scalar comes from that is climbing frequencies every time the higher frequency. Is the positive electricity that we have in our body and also in the environment. The negative ions, that's the good ones for us. The negative ions, we're going to find them in the ocean, earthing. When you start to grounding and practice earthing is another way to recharge yourself free and very quick.
Yeah.
Also in a cascade, in a waterfall, and when it's raining, it's full of negative ions. And that's the positive ions for our health.
Right.
This is another way to interact with this plane that we are living, because full of free energy. It's a big toroidal field.
Yeah.
So our spine is also the equalizer. And our spine is where we produce our plasma. The plasma is the first state of water. Plasma, solid, liquid, and gas. That's why our liquids, our waters, inner waters, are made of plasma. It's not HO2, simple or plain HO2. It's not kind of water. It's a crystal water. It's crystal water because it's literally that we are crystal beings because our liquids are made of minerals. If you try your sweat, it's going to be salty.
Yeah.
Because we are made of crystals. And we need crystals in order to propagate energy. Because if you have distilled water and you put aside a wire, a couple of wires with a bulb, you're not going to produce energy. At the moment you introduce salt, the bulb is going to light. It's the same with us. That's why we are crystal beings. So that's the concept of piezoelectric, is when the crystals we are made of quartz, and the quartz has a frequency that produces light. But the only thing that we need to do in this life is to provoke this dynamic process of piezoelectric. It's pretty easy. It's quite easy walking, because we are producing a friction. What happened with the friction? Heat, energy.
Yeah.
Now, when I'm doing this movement, because we can see now this, because our sense of sight is blocked, because we are high intoxicated. But when we are in this kind of different perception, and without any kind of toxicity in our life, our eyes are capable to decodify frequencies beyond the ultraviolet or beyond the infrared. The problem is that we are very high intoxicated, but if we be in another kind of state of awareness, we can see the energy that we are producing here. So when you take crystals, we have this kind of crystal. This is piezoelectric. You start to rub each other, you're going to produce light, free energy. That's why we are made of that. And only thing that most of the functions of our body, they are mechanicals. Mechanicals. That you don't need to do anything to provoke them. They are working by themselves. Like breathing is mechanical. Your heart pulse is mechanical. But the dynamical thing that we have to produce is by walking, the piezoelectric effect, and then the dielectric force is a way to, it's like a capacitor. Actually, our bones are made of silicon,
Right.
and the
Okay.
silicon is a crystal. Our skin is the dielectric system. Is isolating. Our skin is made of a material that is going to reject the electrical impulses that we are receiving from the environment that we don't need. So it's a machinery, a perfect machinery. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then, with that dielectric system, it's like a filter, and then with the magnetic pulse, we're going to create this cold electricity that is going to propagate in scalar energy. That's why we are self-sustainable beings, because we are made of crystals. In crystals, we use crystals in order to make all the technology work. Actually, your cell phones, computers, everything, your TVs needs quartz.
It's true. Yeah. That's so true.
I'm going to give you another things that you have to be aware.
Yeah.
What's the name of the place in the planet that the big companies of technology are settled?
Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley. They are telling us. This is prime, like, okay, I'm going to give you in your face that you are made of this, but you are very
hidden in plain sight, Roberto, as they
hidden
always
in plain
do.
sight. Yeah.
Can I ask you regarding the pyramids? I've got a question regarding the pyramids, because I saw you do a little presentation and you showed the pyramid. I think it was in Mexico, and the way it was, what you showed was a hologram coming from what looked like the Maltese flag. The way you'd created it. It was fascinating. I mean, we might try and grab a clip and show it in this presentation, but it was quite incredible how you showed this hologram. So what you were saying during this point, though, was you were saying we are living in a holographic reality, if you like. It's like you say, it's a video game.
Yeah.
My question, though, is the pyramid part of creating that illusion then of the technology?
No, the pyramids that we have, those kind of pyramids, but we have the projection is in a prism. This very famous prism,
Dark Side of the Moon.
We saw in the Pink Floyd's album, The Dark Side of the Moon. This is a prism. Actually, prism and prison is the same word. We are living in a prism. Cell.
Right.
Actually, cell in Spanish, sky, we say cielo. Cielo is come from celda. Celda is a cell. It's a prism. Right. Because the dome is a fucking prism. So we are projecting the holographic projection by a prism. The prism is made of is the shape of the prism is like a pyramid.
Yeah.
So in certain way we can say that it's come from pyramid, but not this kind of pyramids. These pyramids, what they were made in order to create, in order to harvest, the free energy and turning into free energy to create electricity, magnetism, and in order to hold the consciousness of the planet, because at the moment when these parasites, archons, and these kind of fucking beings that control this video game, they came to the planet and they cut down all the trees, the giant trees.
Yeah, those
trees were made of silicon, also made of crystals.
Right.
They holding the connection. Have you ever watched this movie, Avatar movie, the first one?
Yeah.
That movie is the history of the planet. It's the same thing.
Right.
They destroy the connection. We used to be giants. Everything used to be huge, and we have the trees, the connection with the nature and everything, no? So they came and they cut down the trees and they make this terra deformation and put this fucking dome and change the composition of the air. They brought oxygen and they brought carbon. We didn't have carbon and oxygen. Actually, oxygen is poison because the main composition of air is nitrogen. 80% of the air. So why the system is worshiping oxygen all the time? Because they know the trap. Actually, the word oxygen comes from oxy. Oxy means oxiso. Oxys in Latin means death. The genetics of death. Yes, it's very easy to prove because oxygen is volatile. You can explode.
Yeah.
In the carbon is not producing any kind of energy. It's dead matter. Carbon is the dead matter. That's why we have this 666 is the name of the carbon.
That's right.
The hexagon is the terra deformation is the blueprints of the matrix made of tetrahedrons in the hexagon in this hive mind. The hive is made of hexagon. So that's why we're living in this sacred geometry. It's not sacred. It's the geometry of the control. And that's producing negative vortexes of extraction energy extraction. They are extraction energy. That's why we have to turn into the scalar energy. The scalar energy is going to produce more energy, but these vortices is going to extract energy. And that's why this matrix, that's the purpose of this matrix. That's why had been created this matrix, in order to create this energy extraction matrix. It's like a human farm, like Matrix. Also, the movie Matrix is a documentary.
Yeah.
It's the reality that we are living in.
Can
the
I
point of this is
Roberto?
to realize and remember that we are very powerful and recover this information in order to put in practice. Every revolution begins with health. The first thing you have to do, the first step, every human being in this planet, is to recover your health. Please stop to eat shit, stop to think shit, stop to talk shit, and try to live in the coherence things and realize yourself and be or project yourself like this powerful being that you are, but you just forgot. So the point of this is quite easy. If we start to remember these concepts, and also now we don't have excuses. Because now we are in the age of information.
Yeah.
With these stupid things, we have. This is the main library of the planet.
Yeah.
For me, now we have more information here than from the library from Alexandria. Because now in the palm of your hand, you can know everything. If you actually, for me, this is you're going to learn more from YouTube or from the internet than from the schools. Because from schools you're only going to learn bullshit and lies and control in order to domesticate your mind and to be part of the enslavement system. But now in internet, with these videos like this, you have to watch workshops, lectures, and practices. Oh, I want to learn to play the piano. Okay, I have a tutorial. Wow, incredible. I want to learn to play the guitar. Oh, amazing. I want to a yoga class. Okay, boom, put it. We don't have excuses now.
No,
the point of course, we have a lot of stupid things on the internet, but you have to use your discernment.
Yeah.
And separate the stupid things from the real things. And don't believe, please. Another Toltec agreement is listen, but be skeptical. Stop to believe. The Toltec philosophy is very clear. The Toltecs, we don't believe. The Toltecs, or we know or we don't know.
Right.
Simple. Stop to believe, because the belief is the greatest virus. It's the inception. If you integrate a belief, it's very hard to eliminate it, because you're very high intoxicated. So stop to believe and start to practice. Actually, if you want to become a Toltec, like I told you at the beginning, a Toltec is a human being that experienced by her or himself, and take it everything from their heart. That's a Toltec. It is a spiritual grade that you have to achieve or gain or earn by your own merits. Your merits it's not that big deal. It's not like, oh, you have to this secret journey, and no. It's quite easier than we think. Just to be aware of this and start to practice coherence in your life. And the first thing I told you, recover your state of health. This is the main thing. Train your body, and you're going to start to play with metrics. And I telling you this because I practice this kind of lifestyle from, I don't know, about 15 years ago, and it changed my life. And now I play with metrics, and I having fun with that, because I see I realize that everything is a charade. And when the news start to say, oh, the new pandemic, oh, the new war in this planet, in this part of the planet, bullshit. Wars are the thing. We are living in Truman Show. So I know that everything is fake. So I don't want to waste my energy to give my concern to that fucking information. And I'm going to stop to watch all this kind of things. I don't have TV. I don't have everything. And then I'm going to start to practice in myself, and everything changed. And now I'm playing with metrics. I can manifest everything that I want or I need in that moment. I became a magician, the real magician. The real magician is the one who's going to project or create your own reality from your inner. The Toltecs, we never ask anything from outside, because at the moment you start to ask outside or worshiping something outside, they're going to steal your energy. And they're going to give you something, these kind of entities, because they want to trap you. They're going to, if you ask something to the Virgin, to Christ, to God, whatever, and they say, okay, I'm going to give you a little thing, but because I need to give you something that you prove yourself that is real, but then I'm going to charge something bigger in return. So be careful. So that's why ask everything to yourself, because you are very powerful. You are the source. You are the part and the whole. So start to be responsible. Don't be like a spoiled child. Oh, please give me, father, mother, need me. No. Yeah, that's end. You have to start to be responsible and realize that you are very powerful, and you can project in this video game whatever you want. Remember, it's a video game. Another movie, the new movie that I saw recently, is Free Guy. This movie is hilarious. It's a bad movie, but Free Guy is a guy that realizes that he's living. There's an NPC. He's living in a holographic realm, and they can project everything. Okay, I need this motorcycle, like in Matrix. Also, I need a motorcycle. Put download the program. Okay, I need this house. Okay, I need this car. But you just need one. No, a lot of things. I need just one car, and a regular car. I don't need a fucking Ferrari. Why? I don't need a fucking mansion. Just my little house, and to be with myself comfortable. And I don't need a fucking big closet full of clothes. And less is more. That's another Toltec concept. Less is more, because less things you have, less responsibility. That's the point of this. That at the moment you start to realize this, you say, "Oh, okay, Matrix is not that hard that you used to." So the point of this is, we are immortals, but not the purpose of this is not to die, because if you die in the system in Matrix, you're not going to go back to the real reality. That's why in Matrix, the characters, they don't allow themselves to die inside the Matrix, because they say if you die in Matrix, you're gonna die outside also. So this is very important to realize. That's why it's not an option to die here. you have to ascend with your body.
Yeah.
But your body, you have to turn it into silicon again, into a crystal, change the frequency. Not with this frequency. People want to ascend of frequencies, but their guts are full of shit, parasites, and toxins. Nah, it's not, because every state of this energy has its own frequency. So you have to match with that frequency if you want to escape from. Actually, the word in English is very clear: freedom. Freedom.
From the dome.
Escape from the dome. but not with this body. You have to turn it into something superior, in something subtle.
Yeah.
But we need more time, because with this very less amount of years that we're living, 80 years, 90 years, it's not going to be enough.
Yeah.
At least we need 200 years. But these 200 years, I think so. Now is my thing, no? My thought. Because in the past, if you check all the kinds of old texts, they mention characters that they used to live 900 years, 1,000 years. You can live whatever you need or you want, but not you to remain here. Because remember, this is not a house. This is not Mother Earth. That's bullshit. This is a hologram. Okay, respect them. Respect it, because it has its own way to move and interact with the elements. Because I am telling you that you have to go there and destroy nature. No, you have to remember how to interact with nature, but don't worship nature, because nature is not nature. It's fake. The trees are fake. The sky is fake. The water is, everything is a hologram. Even us, including us. So the point of this is to be neutral. And it's like a Truman Show. Just live in the stage with very wisely, with wisdom. But I told you, we need more time in order to achieve this self-transformation. So for me, I think so, because we can perceive now very easy that the time is accelerating now. No, we are passing now the years more faster. So that's why we don't need to remain here like 900 years more. No. For me, I think 200 is enough, 200 years, to achieve this self-transformation, to turn your body into something superior. But this is an individual path, step by step, not one day to other. And then realize that you have to escape from here as much as you can possible, faster, because otherwise you're going to become in dust, in carbon, and then boom. At least maybe you're going to have two more chances to reincarnate, because our spirit here in Matrix is going to see it has expiration, because the energy that is made of silicon, that's why they had created this matrix, to absorb from your spirit, for your essence, this kind of energy.
Right.
So that's why we just have two incarnations, I think so, in order to go back here. If you don't have time, I suggest that if you want to do it in this incarnation. Don't waste this incarnation. It's not too late. But you have to live 200 years, but no aging, without aging. You have to be and remain forever young, forever vital, forever energetic. But to achieve that, you have to stop to eat, stop to drink, stop to fuck, also sleep. Sleep is another program that they have programs to. Now it's necessary, because we have to shut down the machine to recover energy, because we are eating all the time and wasting energy. But at the moment you start to cleanse your body, and I experienced that. Now I practice insomnia. It's pretty cool when you start to observe the nighttime. Is different, because we are losing or missing the things that are happening on night. And actually now I'm following the Russian school. It's very interesting, because the Russians are very high advanced in fasting, in insomnia, and also in this apnea breathing technique, and no breathing, and also with ice baths, because now is very popular, because they are living in Siberia. and they are healing all kind of illness with these 4 things. But now that's the goodness of the internet, that we can now communicate each other from all kind of planets. And now I'm following this Russian movement, and there are two women that these girls that are not eating anymore, drinking anymore, and now they are not sleeping anymore, and they are telling us the experiences. When I saw them, they say, wow, for me it's like I feel motivated. If they can, I can also. And now I'm practicing. And also I checked some old texts from the Toltec tradition, and they say the highest states of consciousness that the Nahual Toltecs achieve or accomplish, they did it by insomnia and fasting. And they mentioned they didn't use peyote, ayahuasca, and whatever that they now we are in the new age thing. No, they don't need power plants or something external. So they are very clear by fasting and by insomnia. They fly and they start to realize a lot of things and perceive more things. And now in the modern times, we have a lot of examples like this Russian school, and another guys from United States start to practice. I met another guy from Germany that is start to practice all these kind of things, and now we are passing the information, no? Because we are really breatharians, all of us. The problem is that we still keeping the habit of eating for eating, and the other guys, they don't have the habit. It's just a habit. It's just a habit that they program us to eat, and that this habit is creating addiction. We are drug addicts, literally, because we are eating, and we are drug addicts for dopamine. We have the 3 hormones of death: dopamine, cortisol, adrenaline, and these 3 hormones, they are killing us. So that's why I told you before, we have to stop to be fool, be wise, and start your path, your self path of inner transformation. I told you, step by step. Don't compare with another, because we are in different levels of consciousness and toxicity. It's not a competition. It's not a human race. It's not a race. So be wise and do it well, step by step. Because also, if you start to detoxify your body fast, it's going to be something bad, because your organs has limits. If you take a lot of garbage or trash into your liver or your kidneys, you're going to collapse them. So it's going to be worse, your detox. So that's why you be very wise. Don't run, don't rush, please. Do it wisely, step by step. O sea, if your liver just has the capacity to manage 3 bags of rubbish, don't take 5, no? Just 3 or 2 every week. It's just like this, step by step, little by little.
So how many days have you managed to go? I bet you've done a good stretch of fasting, I presume.
I can answer that because I told you it's very individual. It's very different for each person. You have to observe yourself and also create your own game. Just experience. It's the only way you're going to experience with wisdom and step by step, but experience. There's no other way to do it, because for me it's different from you, because your toxicity record is different than mine.
Definitely. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Just the practice. Just remember this: practice, make the master. Practice. That's it. One day. Well, the first fasting that we have to practice, all kind of humans from now and ever, is the intermittent fasting. Stop to break fast. The breakfast is the worst thing that you can do. Start to eat at the morning. No.
Yeah, yeah.
Practice when at the moment that you sleep, you're going to fast, because when we are sleeping, we are fasting. We are practicing a dry fasting, 8 hours. Now extend 8 hours more and start to eat until noon. That's the first thing. Intermittent fasting. And then practice 24 hours and then 3 days, 5 days. I told you, you're going to start to see your progress, but do it wisely, please. Don't rush.
Yeah, you got to. Can I ask something again regarding the matrix itself? You know, it's. I'm fascinated by why it's been created. What do the Toltecs believe? I mean, obviously, we have these archons, they say, don't they, that are controlling it and loosing our energy. Now, is it a purpose of a soul trap in that respect? Then are they wanting to keep souls here to feed on? Is that their purpose then?
Mira, not really to feed them, because they like us. They don't need to eat, but they need the energy. And also, I want to make a difference here. Soul and spirit is not the same concept.
Okay.
The soul and the body is part of the construct. Is part of the matrix. The spirit is the essence. Is different.
Right.
So you need to ensemble your spirit with your soul, and then your soul is your energy here in matrix, and you need a transport to move into this video game. So they don't need to eat. They need our energy to feed the artificial intelligence, but not from them, because the artificial intelligence is running this holographic system. They are producing this, or they are ruling this system by a big computer. It's the cube, the computer. So we have seen in a lot of this kind of concept.
So so are we their game?
Yeah, just a game.
To them?
Yeah, for sure. They are laughing with us. The game, and we are trapping the spirits, and we need the energy in order to give it the energy to our big computer. And that computer, the name of this computer is, I'm going to write down this concept. Mira.
Iobat.
In English, in Spanish is Iobat. E is an anagram of Jehovah.
Okay.
Jehovah. You know, Jehovah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's Iobat. What is Io is 1 and 0. What is 1 and 0?
It's the binary. Yeah, the programming. Yeah.
The codes, binary code.
Yeah.
The torus field, masculine, feminine, the torus field, binary code. Ibat is battery. So that's the name of this big computer.
Wow.
And the software that we are running into this computer is called Sophia. Sophia means software of artificial intelligence. Sophia is the name of the, if you read the Gnostic text, that's the name of this ion, no? Sophia. Sophia means also wisdom and other things, but it's the name, it's an anagram. Sophia is software, and also the F is pH. And pH is telling you that you are working by the level of your potential hydrogen. pH, that means potential hydrogen. And IA in Spanish, IA is inteligencia artificial, in English, artificial intelligence. So that's the name of the software, Sophia. And the name of the computer is Jehovah, Iobat, binary codes of battery. So this is a battery, and they need our energy in order to give that energy to sustain that computer.
So it is the Matrix. It's like you say, it's a documentary. And can I ask? Me and Kev were talking earlier on about people, empty vessels, empty beings, if you like, where they may be infiltrated by the agent Smiths. Do you believe that's the case, where we would be distracted by the agent Smith type characters to stop us progressing?
That's right. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Fiction was taken from reality.
Can I just ask two questions there, Roberto, please? So first of all, in this game, in this realm, is there characters, or is there people in this realm working for the ones who are running the game? You know, so like probably like politicians, or I don't know, high religious figures. Are they sort of like plants, if you like, you know, to sort of make sure, you know, everybody's like trampled down and nobody can do anything? And then the second question is, so where does God play a role in all of this? It's like, so is he aware of this, what's happening here, and why does he allow it to happen?
Well, we have to be aware of this. In this video game, there are something that we call in a video game that NPCs, non-playable characters. They are full of that. Actually, 70% of the human beings, they are NPCs.
Wow.
Including you have some in your family, whatever. They are surround us because we are in a video game. So these guys are traitors of the human beings, and you know, the headquarters of this control is the Vatican.
Yeah,
they control everything, and then they have in parallel the, how do you say in English, the black nobility of Venice.
The black nobility.
Nobility of Venice. They are controlling. They are the highest in
the Phoenicians.
Physical. The Phoenicians. They are controlling everything, and then you have, you know, the Illuminati, the Freemasonry, and you know, Bilderberg, and politicians, and famous, and sports humans, whatever. So the thing is that God doesn't exist. He's part of the construct. I told you, God is a Taurus field. Is the source. So here, everything that those concepts have been made in order to distract us, to give our energy outside. The concept of that God doesn't exist, because we are the source. In the real reality, there is no God. There is no superior, inferior concept. That concept are from the duality here in Matrix. And they have been creating these kind of distractions in order to give our energy like this, not very easy. So the point of this, you have to realize that I'm going to put you an example. We have the ocean, and we extract one droplet of the ocean, and that droplet contains all the elements of the ocean, but it's not the ocean. But when we combine the droplets together, we are going to form the ocean. So we are the whole and the part. It does we call fractals. As within, so without, as above, so below. Stop to think in duality: good, evil, light, dark, God, the devil. No, this is part of the construct here. So those concepts, you are God. You are the source. And actually, I don't like the word God. In Spanish, we say, from Latin, is Dios. No, you have ever heard this word Dios? Dios comes from Deus. Devos in Greek, Devos. Devos means, that word means fear, means control, means anguish. So when you produce Deus or God, you are pronouncing this kind of feelings. So I don't like to, I stopped it to pronounce like, oh God, oh Dios. No. Actually, Dios also is another anagram. What is the name of the operating system of Mac? iOS.
iOS, yeah.
And you put
iOS.
a D, is Dios, Deus, Zeus, or Zeus, when you say in English.
Yeah,
It's the
Zeus.
same fractal. Jesus, Jesus. It's the same fucking thing. It's the same fractal. And they are telling us that it's an artificial intelligence. So actually, iOS, Dios, Devos, Devs, Deus means division. The D is from division, duality, intelligent operation system. It's an intelligent artificial intelligence. That God that the religion thing they are managing is fake.
So, Roberto, if we were ever to free ourselves of this matrix, is there a battle going on somewhere else between us and whoever it is who's keeping us trapped here?
Not really. I think in the Toltec tradition, they tell us all the time, the main battle that you have to fight is inside of you, not outside. If you are fighting outside, you're wasting energy and time.
Yeah.
Because you know the inner, I am my own world. And I'll tell you why. Because you have to neutralize this, the hacker. The biggest hacker is the fucking mind.
Yeah, definitely.
Neutralize your mind. This is your worst enemy. It's not outside. And I told you the other enemies are inside of your gut. Eliminate them, the fungus, and you're going to start to be different. And then outside, you have to be wise and use like a Aikido concept. The Aikido is the energy from the enemy against them. You don't have to fight. Actually, in this book that the Art of War, have you ever read?
Yeah.
They say that the best word that you have to fight is the word that you don't fight.
Yeah.
Something like that. No, I don't.
Yeah.
But we have to be wise.
Our biggest fight is ourselves, isn't it? That is the biggest fight. It's the only fight. Then.
Yeah, it's the only fight.
Yeah.
So actually, it's not a fight, because also it's not a fight. That's the concept, no? Fight, a battle, because we have been indoctrinated with this concept. It's just to flow with intelligence, wisely, and you don't have to struggle with that. It's not a fight. I told you, it's not a struggle.
That's like the Tao, isn't it? That's like the Tao. It's like being the river, isn't it? Flowing around the rocks, and that's it's finding your path. Then, isn't it? When you're on your path, you'll flow with life.
You have to remember and relearn how to flow. Don't waste your energy fighting against everything. It's something. It's a concept, a stupid concept, because it's like this. I am the system. I am giving you this. Boom, boom, boom. And then they are telling you resistance, and also fight. Y ahí estamos, así. Boom, boom. But at the moment that we start to be wiser and we stop to resist, what happened? Boom. Yeah.
Yeah, it's stop playing their game effectively.
Yeah, don't play their game.
And then there's no game.
Start to play your own game.
Yeah.
Saving energy, because the currency of the matrix, the real currency, is energy. It's not money. Money comes from the moon, Mooni, monarchy, the monarchy.
Yeah.
This matrix is projected by Saturn. Then the repetidor is the moon. That's why we call lunatic, Luna in Spanish, lunatic, because it also the control of this moon is very clear to see, because when it's full moon, its light is not fractal, it's negative light, it's cold. And the thing of another thing to relearn or remember, we have to go to practice fasting when we have the influence of full moon, because the full moon, the energy of the full moon, is proven that makes the parasites thrive and reproduce. That's why we have the allegory of the werewolves, because the werewolves is allegory that you becoming a beast.
Yes.
Because you're parasite. And actually the police have records that in full moon they have more violent riots, rapes, and all kind of things that, the human behavior change. So that's why we have to fast 3 days. We call the lunar fasting, because the moon is interacting with us, but negatively. We are turning into lunatics.
Interesting. The moonsters and the moonstral cycles, and the moon plays a big part.
Or it's fake. And we don't have to give our energy to that kind of things, because we have to make ceremonies. The moon, everything is related with the moon. Because we are performing ceremonies, and the moon is stealing our energy, and then those entities are surrounding us in sucking our energy. And also, we don't have to worship anything, not even the sun, the earth, nothing. Just be wise and relearn how to interact with those kind of energies and protect yourself against these kind of things that they're controlling us.
So Roberto, if you was able to master yourself and free yourself of this matrix, what comes next? Where does it all lead?
Because we don't know yet precisely, because we just have start to remembering everything. But for me, it's very clear. I think that we have some kind of layers of this simulation, different domes, like these Russian dolls, one inside another.
Yeah.
That's what we call dimensions. In the dimensions is frequencies, different frequencies, and the ancient text, they say that they are 12 dimensions, because I told you before, you have to know how to remember how this matrix is working. You have to know everything that is sound and frequencies. So think about music. How many notes do we have on a piano? 12 notes. Not 7, 12. So that's why we have 12 layers of simulations. Have you ever watched this movie called 13th Floor? It's pre-Matrix movie. 13th Floor. Watch it. And they are showing us in this movie, is calling priming, no? They are using priming in order to show the reality, because when we see the reality in movies, we are going to reject the information, because this is extracted from a movie. They are is the way that the system is controlling us. But this movie is very clear about it. They are showing us the levels of the layers of this simulation. So I think we have to surpass the 12 dimensions and the 13. That's why we have the 13. This number is mentioned in everything, because 13 is the key, is the boom. In 13 is 4, because 1 plus 3 is 4. In 4, if you see in a dice, is the peripheric thing. In 5 is the center. So the center is inside. The exit is inside. And also exit, the word exit is it. You have to start to be it. A carbon thing. To turning into something superior. Not a matter. No more matter. And the moment you start to change the frequency of your avatar, you're going to be able to change from dimensions, from these layers. From the exit is inside, and also we have in our plane, the center of the plane, you can pass there, but with another kind of frequency. For me, that the X is marking the point, and the point is in the center. That's why we have the compass. The compass is telling us or showing us the path to the north. No, every compass. And compass in the north, in the original north of this plane of inertia that we're living, is where we can perceive that is emerging the electromagnetic field of the torus field, and also the aurora borealis. So the X, that's why in the maps we have the X, because the X marks the point that we have to get or arrive in order to escape from the first layer of the simulator, no?
Yeah.
So compass is come and pass. In order to escape to freedom, you have to go to center again, to the center. You have to turn it into something subtle and stop to be a it. X it. I am not an it anymore. So that's the way that we have to escape. And then all the ancient texts mention that beyond that, the last layer of the simulation, we can find the real reality that we come from there. I don't know.
Wow.
Something that I invite you, encourage you to every human being start to investigate more and search more, because we need to find this and find the lost or the missing piece of the puzzle. No.
Roberto, do you believe, or you might not believe, do you believe there's any guidance here to help us, like archangels that can transcend through all the dimensions, or higher spirit guides, or higher guides that can help you? Or
Nobody's going to help you. Actually, the names is archangels, from the archons, the ark that we are living, the dome. That's an illusion. The problem of this is that you have to be responsible. Nobody's come to save you anymore. In Matrix, we have 3 actions of 3 characters to play: savers, victims, and judges. Mm-hmm. You are not victim of anything. Of course, when we were born here, we are victims from the system. But as the moment you are growing up, you start to be responsible. Responsible. This word is very interesting because it means the ability to respond. That's the response to all the kinds of situations that you have in this life. That's the responsible. You have to leave behind the mask of victim, and start to be responsible. And you are not going to save anybody. The mission is save yourself, please. Because this path is individual path. Because every human being here has its own mission. So don't interfere with another, because you're wasting energy. If you want to help another human being here, the only way to do it is projecting your coherence, your behavior, with your example. That's it. And somebody's going to ask you something. Okay, I'm going to share the things I know. But at the moment, the people is going to observe in your behavior that you are projecting something in coherence, that they are observing that you are healthy, vital, lucidity, and you are very energetic. They want to start to say, oh, wow, I want that. What happened? What are you doing? I see you very well. I see you very young, and wow, I want that. Okay, I'm doing this, but you have to do it by yourself. That's the only help that I can offer to you. And also, if I told you before, if you ask to these projections that we call helpers, or these kind of beings, archangels, angels, whatever, they are going to help you. They're going to charge you double. After it's going to be worse, because they are not going to give you anything for free. And actually, they are not to allow you to escape from. Sure, they're part of the system. They're going to involve you more inside of the matrix. So that's very dangerous. Stop to give your energy outside. Be responsible, and you are your own saver. You don't have to save anybody. No, the mission is you. That is not selfish. That's to be intelligent. Because another thing, you're selfish now. Bullshit. Don't fall in those kind of concepts that Matrix has created to, oh, you have to be good, blah, blah, blah. Give you other chick, please hit me more. Nah, fuck you. You don't going to hit me anymore. And also, I don't going to hurt anybody. I am responsible of myself, and I'm going to do everything for myself, period. Because nobody's going to help me anymore. We don't need help from outside, because we are powerful. I told you. Mm-hmm. Why I need your energy? No. You save your energy, I'm going to save mine. And together, both energies, wow, we are co-create something superior and powerful. But no, on the other side is like we are stealing energy from each other and try to save my family, my child, my kid, my son, my wife, my husband, my father. That's another trapped family. Family comes from the Roman Empire. That concept comes from the Romans, and family means group of hunger slaves.
Wow.
Eso famous. Porque fome is hunger. Fome, comer, fame, hambre. Y
Right.
slave is the same. So if you are saying family, for me, I recommend you to stop to say family and start to say lineage, your lineage. And also we're creating tribes,
Tribe.
not families.
So,
Start to contribute. Another contribute comes with tribes. Con means with. Con tribes. Contribute is start to create with your tribe. And tribe comes from tree, tree. Because the first tribe is tree. Mother, father, child. It's your first tribe, not your family. That's tough to say families, because family is the biggest trap that the Matrix had created in order to keep us here with attached with self, with that concept. I don't want to leave my mother, I don't want to leave my child, I don't want to leave my husband. Nah. And also materialism. No, my house, my cars, my belongings, everything. Those concepts are going to attach you more to the density. So that you have to
Let go.
eliminate those kind of concepts and say, okay, I don't say that you have to stop to see your family and frequent your family and start to hang out with them, but don't attach to them, to anybody and to anything.
Roberto, but if we're powerful beings individually, is it not possible to be more powerful at coming together as a community or together?
That's the point. But you have to realize this: the collective is formed from individuals, not of the contrary. So if we have stronger individual beings, we are going to form a very powerful collective. Is the thing that we have to start to think, because now we are forming very weak collectives, because it's like a link of a chain. In one link of a chain is weak, you're going to break very easy the chain.
Yeah.
But if every link is strong, it's going to be super powerful chain. It's unbreakable. You can break. That's the commitment with yourself. So you have to be commitment with yourself that when you start to join to this chain of change, be that strong link that the change needs. That's the only thing that you need to do yourself.
Yourself. Well, it was absolutely fantastic wisdom, Roberto. It's been an honor
Thank you very much.
to hear you,
Advice.
and really appreciate it. And anybody watching this, I highly recommend that you follow Roberto's channel. The Toltek. Can you say what it was? It's the Toltek school, is it?
Is holistic Neo-Toltec school.
Okay, I'll leave a link in the description as well. Yeah, blown away, Roberto, and I knew I would be. It's an absolute honor, brother. And I hope in the future we can do this again. Me and Kev are on our journeys, and we'll be taking stock of what you've been telling us this evening.
Yes, anytime. Thank you. That's for me. It's also a pleasure, such a pleasure to participate and start to spread the message. And remember, the messenger is not important. The message.
Yeah,
we are not important because that's ego. I don't like that. I don't want followers, and that's bullshit. Actually, I don't consider myself like YouTuber. No, I'm just using these means to infiltrate the real information. And also, I encourage you to do this from all the different social media, and the networks that we are creating in these modern times, because the artificial intelligence, we're going to hack it in this way, because the artificial intelligence is good or bad. It's depending in the matrix. It depends how you're going to use it. It's like a knife. You can kill with a knife or cut a fruit. It's the same thing. So the problem of the artificial intelligence is that these controllers, they program it like they want it, like the things that they want to project. But now we have the power to reprogram this artificial intelligence, and the best way to do it is change yourself and confuse it in your behavior, projecting a different behavior, and then by your Facebook, your Instagram, YouTube, whatever, download the information, because we are going to nourish the artificial intelligence with our experiences. And then this artificial intelligence is going to say, oh, I didn't know this information. It's interesting. Oh, we are going to confuse it. In that way, we're going to start to turning into our favor, into our benefit. No? So that's why I'm very happy to participate in this kind of shows and programs, because we need to spread the word. And I told you, the important here is the message, not the messenger. But the messenger, if you want to be a messenger, you have to be coherent, because otherwise, you have to practice what you preach.
Definitely.
Otherwise, shut up.
Thank you so much, Roberto.
You take care now, Roberto. Blessings to you.
Thank you very much, brothers. And I salute you from we say in the Toltec tradition, with my face and my heart. My face is my outer side, in my heart, my inner side. That's my totality. Project to yourself in harmony and resonance. Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Roberto.
Thank you very much, sir.